contact me to stock up if that's something you're interested in. We also have some other exciting products. Hemp hydrosol, it's a digestive tonic, super cool, one of our most powerful products. It's available at 2 pharmacy, 35 or 60 for the big one. And our zombie apocalypse COVID 9/11 friendly product we've just created, Silver Hemp. It's a surface and hand cleaner designed specifically for when you go out in public to keep you COVID free. Sending you love and namaste. Hey guys, Luke here. Just wanted to share with you a little bit about myself, things I get up to when I'm not in the studio. I'm a hemp farmer going into my 3rd year. We started the new paradigm HEMPERY in the Water Valley area 2 years ago. So if you're ever looking to get out of the city or out of town onto the land, assuming we can do volunteering and touch each other and see each other, send me an email, let me know. Spring is not far away. We're gearing up for our 3rd season at the HEMPERY. We take our hemp stuff and we've created with my partner and I 5th Meridian Hemp. You can find our products online. You can find most of our products at 2 Pharmacy, and you can always email me directly. Let me tell you a little bit about what we got. We got hemp seeds, we got hemp coffee, we've got 2 kinds of protein. All of our products are sustainably grown and locally grown. We also have products that are strategically designed for zombie apocalypse so they can store for months and even years. And they're $15 each or 3 for $40, so good value. Feel free to contact me to stock up if that's something you're interested in. We also have some other exciting products. Hemp hydrosol, it's a digestive tonic, super cool, one of our most powerful products. It's available at 2 Pharmacy, 35 or 60 for the big one. And our zombie apocalypse COVID 9/11 friendly product we've just created, Silver Hemp. It's a surface and hand cleaner designed specifically for when you go out in public to keep you COVID free. Sending you love and namaste. Hey guys, Luke here. Just wanted to share with you a little bit about myself, things I get up to when I'm not in the studio. I'm a hemp farmer going into my 3rd year. We started the new paradigm HEMPERY in the Water Valley area 2 years ago. So if you're ever looking to get out of the city or out of town onto the land, assuming we can do volunteering and touch each other and see each other, send me an email, let me know. Spring is not far away. We're gearing up for our 3rd season at the HEMPERY. We take our hemp stuff and we've created with my partner and I 5th Meridian Hemp. You can find our products online. You can find most of our products at 2 Pharmacy, and you can always email me directly. Let me tell you a little bit about what we got. We got hemp seeds, we got hemp coffee, we've got 2 kinds of protein. All of our products are sustainably grown and locally grown. We also have products that are strategically designed for zombie apocalypse so they can store for months and even years. And they're $15 each or 3 for $40, so good value. Feel free to contact me to stock up if that's something you're interested in. We also have some other exciting products. Hemp hydrosol, it's a digestive tonic, super cool, one of our most powerful products. It's available at 2 Pharmacy, 35 or 60 for the big one. And our zombie apocalypse COVID 9/11 friendly product we've just created, Silver Hemp. It's a surface and hand cleaner designed specifically for when you go out in public to keep you COVID free. Sending you love and namaste. Hey guys, Luke here. Just wanted to share with you a little bit about myself, things I get up to when I'm not in the studio. I'm a hemp farmer going into my 3rd year. We started the new paradigm HEMPERY in the Water Valley area 2 years ago. So if you're ever looking to get out of the city or out of town onto the land, assuming we can do volunteering and touch each other and see each other, send me an email, let me know. Spring is not far away. We're gearing up for our 3rd season at the HEMPERY. We take our hemp stuff and we've created with my partner and I 5th Meridian Hemp. You can find our products online. You can find most of our products at 2 Pharmacy, and you can always email me directly. Let me tell you a little bit about what we got. We got hemp seeds, we got hemp coffee, we've got 2 kinds of protein. All of our products are sustainably grown and locally grown. We also have products that are strategically designed for zombie apocalypse so they can store for months and even years. And they're $15 each or 3 for $40, so good value. Feel free to contact me to stock up if that's something you're interested in. We also have some other exciting products. Hemp hydrosol, it's a digestive tonic, super cool, one of our most powerful products. It's available at 2 Pharmacy, 35 or 60 for the big one. And our zombie apocalypse COVID 9/11 friendly product we've just created, Silver Hemp. It's a surface and hand cleaner designed specifically for when you go out in public to keep you COVID free. Sending you love and namaste. Hey guys, Luke here. Just wanted to share with you a little bit about myself, things I get up to when I'm not in the studio. I'm a hemp farmer going into my third year. We started the new paradigm HEMPERY in the Water Valley area 2 years ago. So if you're ever looking to get out of the city or out of town onto the land, assuming we can do volunteering and touch each other and see each other, send me an email. Let me know. Spring is not far away. We're gearing up for our third season at the HEMPERY. We take our hemp stuff and we've created with my partner and I Fifth Meridian Hemp. You can find our products online. You can find most of our products at 2 Pharmacy, and you can always email me directly. Let me tell you a little bit about what we got. We got hemp seeds, we got hemp coffee, we've got 2 kinds of protein. All of our products are sustainably grown and locally grown. We also have products that are strategically designed for zombie apocalypse so they can store for months and even years. And they're $15 each or 3 for 40, so good value. Feel free to contact me to stock up if that's something you're interested in. We also have some other exciting products. Hemp Hydrosol, it's a digestive tonic, super cool, one of our most powerful products. It's available at 2 Pharmacy, 35 or 60 for the big one. And our Zombie Apocalypse COVID-19 friendly product we've just created, Silver Hemp. It's a surface and hand cleaner designed specifically for when you go out in public to keep you COVID free. Sending you love and namaste. Hey guys, Luke here. Just wanted to share with you a little bit about myself, things I get up to when I'm not in the studio. I'm a hemp farmer going into my third year. We started the new paradigm HEMPERY in the Water Valley area 2 years ago. So if you're ever looking to get out of the city or out of town onto the land, assuming we can do volunteering and touch each other and see each other, send me an email. Let me know. Spring is not far away. We're gearing up for our third season at the HEMPERY. We take our hemp stuff and we've created with my partner and I Fifth Meridian Hemp. You can find our products online. You can find most of our products at 2 Pharmacy, and you can always email me directly. Let me tell you a little bit about what we got. We got hemp seeds, we got hemp coffee, we've got 2 kinds of protein. All of our products are sustainably grown and locally grown. We also have products that are strategically designed for zombie apocalypse so they can store for months and even years. And they're $15 each or 3 for 40, so good value. Feel free to contact me to stock up if that's something you're interested in. We also have some other exciting products. Hemp Hydrosol, it's a digestive tonic, super cool, one of our most powerful products. It's available at 2 Pharmacy, 35 or 60 for the big one. And our Zombie Apocalypse COVID-19 friendly product we've just created, Silver Hemp. It's a surface and hand cleaner designed specifically for when you go out in public to keep you COVID free. Sending you love and namaste. Hey guys, Luke here. Just wanted to share with you a little bit about myself, things I get up to when I'm not in the studio. I'm a hemp farmer going into my third year. We started the new paradigm HEMPERY in the Water Valley area 2 years ago. So if you're ever looking to get out of the city or out of town onto the land, assuming we can do volunteering and touch each other and see each other, send me an email. Let me know. Spring is not far away. We're gearing up for our third season at the HEMPERY. We take our hemp stuff and we've created with my partner and I Fifth Meridian Hemp. You can find our products on
Good evening, and thank you for joining me. Super inviting you to create a space at home with your mat, with your props, whatever you need, and we're going to be about 45 to 60 minutes. And as usual, we're going to start with a little meditation. So join me in Sukhasana, and thanks again for joining me. Our meditation today, we're going to do a chakra check-in. This is a nice meditation that you can also do lying down with a partner. The full version is to put crystals aligning with each chakra down on the ground underneath the mat or a blanket, and then lying down on that and having somebody move with their hands for a couple of breaths per chakra. We're going to do the mini version just because we don't have a ton of time. So start by dropping in. Close those eyes. Sit up nice and tall. Find your version of Sukhasana. Cross the legs. Maybe sit on the knees. Maybe you're open and feeling like a lotus. Find the breath. Always remember you can go back to the breath, especially in these changing times where our emotions and sometimes our anger or fear or things like that can spike. Finding that breath and using it to ground. Join me for 3 big, long, deep breaths. Big inhale. Fill the belly. And then empty it all. 2 more, even bigger. Last one, biggest one. And just soften the breath back to wherever it wants to go. Notice where it goes. Ideally an equal inhale, exhale through the nose. So we're going to use the common 7 chakra system, root to crown, and just doing 1 breath per chakra. Again, inviting you as homework to do this at home. Fun to do with a partner. Taking your awareness to the root. And we're going to use just 1 breath. On the exhale, we send that breath to the chakra, the energetic center just inside the spine. And the goal is to move stagnant energy and to further activate and keep in flow that chakra. Taking an inhale, setting it to the root, moving up to the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, which includes our listening ears, the third eye, and lastly the crown, our connection to source. 2 circle breaths. Inhale up the channel. Let the exhale fall down the back. 1 more like this. Exhaling down the back and into the earth. Feel the sit bones grounding, bringing closure to the meditation. Let the hands come together in front of the heart. Maybe sit up a little taller. Tuck the chin slightly. Why are you here this evening? What's your intention for your practice today? As you inhale, breathe that in. Exhale, send it to the body, informing every cell, every finger, every toe. 1 more. And as you exhale out to the body, that intention, let the awareness come into the wiggling fingers, into the wiggling toes. We're going to start in all 4s. And you've probably heard me say this. We start in all 4s because it's the most easy place to access the body. And for those of you who have joined me for an online class before, know that sometimes I skip a few things just so I don't end up panting. So do more what I say, less what I do. We're starting with just some organic movement here. And then join me as you're ready for a strong tabletop. And then 2 big breaths of cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, stick out that tail. Exhale, reverse it all. Lots of movement. 1 more. Good. We're going to play with some sacred geometry. So let's find a tripod. Strong arms rooted down, stacked under the shoulders. Right leg reaching back. Bring the awareness to the heel. We're going to start with little circles. Let the circles get bigger. And eventually, that big toe wants to hit the ground. And we go from big through medium circles. Back to small, back to stillness. And once you find the stillness with the heel reaching back, draw the navel up in, take the left arm forward. Let's do 2 big tiger curls. Reach, curl on the exhale. Reach further. Curl tighter. And then we wash it away. We bring the hands and knees back down. Let's take a breath, cat-cow. It's a gentle breath. Shaking off that first side. Coming back to the strong tabletop where we start. And go to the tripod. We enact some sacred geometry. We're drawing a spiral, going from a single dot outward, bigger, and eventually the big toe wants to hit the ground, and we go from bigger through medium, back to stillness. And find it for a moment, then take the right arm forward and move. And curl. In our Vinyasa practice, we move with the breath. We contract often on the exhale like we're doing here. 2 more cat-cows. Inhale, expand the front body. Exhale, contract. 1 more. Good, and we're going to drop into just a mini child's pose. So we take the knees wide. Know that you can always do child's pose instead of dog pose. Let's create claw-like fingers so it's active. Draw your claws forward and your bum back. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, let's go over to the left and really keep that right sit bone grounded and reaching back to get some stretch in that right side body. Good. Come back to center. And we're staying on the fingers so we're not melting down. We're active, creating more length. Let's go over to the other side. I'm just inviting the body to get long. Good. Coming back to all 4. So we're going into a more active pose now. We come back up. Let's hover the knees. So bring the rooted hands down into the mat. Come onto the toes. Widen them. Ground into them. And then we draw the tailbone up to hover the knees. We're not going to stay too long. Sometimes we start to shake here. Just soften. Take another breath. Let the toes open a little more. Put more weight into them. Good. Let the knees come down. Patter out the feet. And we're going for dog pose now. So we're moving into an active pose. Wide toes. Wide fingers where you like them shoulder distance. And then push. And let's do some extra bend in the knees. It's a dancing dog. Shake the hips. Pedal the feet. Notice what's tight. Notice what's sore. Notice what's opening and live. 2 more breaths. Finding your pose. Finding your dog pose. Good. And then finding the top of the mat. A big step, a jump, a float will all get you there. Push through parallel feet coming up. Exhale to the heart. I'm just going to turn to face you here. Here we go. 3 swan dives. So we want to get long with our breath and our body at the same time. Here we go. Inhale, reach. Exhale, dive and fold. 2 more. Move with your breath. They're long breaths. Sweep up. Feel it. And then surrender to it. Last one, and then we go for ragdoll. Invite the chest to open and expand. Invite some back bend even as you inhale. And then fold. I'm going to take my legs a little wider for this ragdoll. How do you like your legs for your ragdoll? How are your shoulders doing? Give them a little shake. Again, finding the movement that's your medicine. I'm noticing what my body's feeling like, and I'm doing a little dance that works for me. What's your little dance? Do that. Poses like ragdoll are really nice because they're not alignment focused. They're more about playing within the pose. 1 more breath. And then we bend through the knees. We root down through the feet so we can slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae back into the long, tall version. Join me at the top of the mat if you've strayed. Here we go, sun salutation. Moving with the breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, dive and fold. Inhale, half lifts. My sit bones go away from my crown. I get long. I bend my knees a little bit if I need to. And as I exhale, I move through the vinyasa, jumping, stepping back, lowering chaturanga on the exhale. To the top of the feet I go for the back bend. And then either through the knees, which I'm demonstrating, or straight back onto the toes for dog pose. Remembering modifications as you need them. I like to take a couple mods when I'm teaching. It takes some of the vigor out of the practice. If you want more vigor in the practice, don't do the mods. There's also power options for so many poses. One more breath here. Good. Finding the top of the mat. I'm going to step with my other foot. Maybe do the same. Inhale, reach up long and tall. Exhale to the heart. So the super sun salutation, which is a Luke creation, starts with chair pose. Find your favorite feet. Find the top of the mat if you've strayed. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, sitting down. And the mod for any arm up pose is to have the arms down. Sit into the pose. Trust the heaviness of the feet. Open the chest. One more breath. Good. And inhale, straighten everything. Exhale, dive and fold. So we keep flowing to plank. And then we add a little more heat from plank. And remember, plank can have a modification on the knees or not. Let's roll onto the right foot for side plank or the left foot. We're going to do both feet. I'm just doing left first so you can see me. Through the toes, we roll to the second side. If you have some fancy leg variations, do them. Crown reaching away from my heels. And then come back for a vinyasa. I'm going to skip the vinyasa and meet you in dog pose. Back bend on the inhale. And then meet me here in dog pose. Where we drop in a little deeper. Let's take the right leg up on an inhale. We're going to go for a huge runner's lunge. So I bring the knee into my heart. I reach my heart forward. I drop the foot. If it doesn't get there, I help it. I push into the feet to come up. I find my balance. And then I drop in, maybe extend my stance. Straighten the back leg. I feel it in the glutes and in the hips. And then the arms come up. Good. We're going to actually open from here into Warrior 2. I'm going to just turn around. So what you're doing next is grounding that back heel and drawing the left hip back. We're just playing with a different lunge. Just 2 more breaths here. We'll windmill our way through a vinyasa in just a moment. 1 more breath. Our open pelvis version of the lunge. Tingling in the left fingers. Windmill back to the front. Take the vinyasa. I'm going to skip it and meet you in dog pose. Keep flowing. Focus on the breath. Good. Here we go. Second side. Left leg goes up and back. Knee into heart for that lunge. It's a long lunge. Never a race. We're finding our balance and we're sitting in. And what we're doing here is we're activating the legs. 1 more breath. Arms can be up. They can be out to cactus, out to the sides, whatever you want to do with them. Here we go, dropping the heel without falling over. And I move my foot over because I wasn't quite perpendicular. We want perpendicular feet. And in this case, I'm drawing that right hip back. And I'm opening through the belly. We talked about this last week. We're just gazing over the front arm in our Warrior 2. We're not trunk twisting like we do in our Warrior 1. Good. Tingling into that right hand. Going back for the vinyasa. So we windmill. If you're floating your leg for your chaturangas, float it again here. I'm going to skip the vinyasa and just meet you in dog pose. But move with your breath. Take the vinyasa. Good. And let's bring our knees down For all fours, I'm going to just switch around here. And let's take our right leg back. So we're going to play with a half moon, the modification. I really love this pose because if you have a strong half moon, you can make it difficult by taking your left foot off the floor. As you can see me starting to wobble. Or ground it into the floor and find a nice half moon. Gaze can be up at the hand. It can be forward. One more breath. And then back to 4 points of contact. Slow and controlled. Take a big cat-cow. Wash it away. Good. And now we do left leg back. And it's never a race. Stack the hips. Stack the shoulders. And the modification. If you're feeling a wobbly day, that's okay. Ground the foot. If you're feeling strong, bring the right foot off the floor as well. One more breath. And we come back to the hand and the knee. And really important to use the cat-cow breath to wash that all away. And you can be audible in your exhale. You're at home. You can even sing and dance out as much as you want. Let's go dolphin pose here. So let's come on to the forearms. Heavy forearms. Fists can come together. I like to do the parallel. What do you like to do? Do that version. Come onto your toes. Push them into the mat. And then walk them in. And breathe. Notice what opens. Notice what expands. Good. We're going to go back to dog pose. You can come onto the knees. And then onto the hands. Or just push straight back. It's your practice. Meet me in dog pose. Take one more breath there. And then gazing to the top of the mat. Step, jump, hop. Push through parallel feet. Come up. Exhale to the heart. We're going to play with some tree pose today. So when you envision in your head your favorite kind of tree, it's that time of year where all the trees come back alive. You're just envisioning maybe being an aspen or a spruce or a cedar or something else. And open your eyes and find a focal point. As we do balance poses, we use that focal point to help us ground and stay balanced. Let's take the weight into the left leg. And I like to start by just bringing the right leg, in this case, up and finding that one-legged world. Then I open the pelvis. We have three options. Above the knee, whoop, it's looking like a wobbly day for me. Below the knee, and if it is an extra wobbly day for you, our starting place is the heel above the heel bone. And notice my right toes are still on the floor. So I'm cheating a little bit, but it's not called cheating. It's called modifying the practice to honor yourself. Open the pelvis. And now, just like your favorite tree is doing this time of year, grow your branches. There's all kinds of branches. You can bring the hands above. You can have cactus branches. You can even interlace the hands behind the back for a little chest opening branches. Keep the branches low. Maybe let them be really out. One more breath. And we move slow and we keep focused on my focus point is on the wall because I know the points on the wall aren't going to move. What's your focus point? Bring the arms in. And we're not quite done yet. We're going to go from warrior 3. So keep balancing. Help that knee to center. So we're re-squaring the hips. For me, I'm coming back into my balance. I'm re-grounding into that left foot. And then I'm going to take the right leg and reach it back as I dive my heart forward. I'm adjusting my foot to where I like it. And I'm using my arms. In this case, I'm going out. I'm kicking the wall. And I'm trying to get flat. I'm not folding too hard. I'm not crushing my chest. I'm keeping my chest open and I'm flat. And my arms have lots of options. One more breath. And then slowly bring that knee into the heart and the foot to the floor. Do a little shake. Let's wash it away with a big dive fold. And we use this mini interlude between sides to just shake that off. Good, let's roll up. But as you're rolling up, start to get rooted in that right foot. Start to get grounded. There's my focal point, my friend. Into the right leg I go. up with the left. Never racing. I'm going to go for the usual tree pose variation, which is above the knee. If you're feeling bendy, you can keep the leg out and grab for the big toe. That's another option. Opening the pelvis. By pushing into the right leg, I can ground more and I can open the pelvis. I'm opening up my lower belly. I'm expanding my chest. I'm connecting to my favorite tree again. Trusting my focal point. And just finding my branches. Trying to keep my shoulders down the back. I'm soft, but open. One more breath. And you can always make a balance pose like this harder by coming onto the toes of the right leg or closing the eyes. Let's contract our tree. And we're going for a warrior three. So again, not a race. We're still in a balance sequence. We square off the hips. We find that grounded right foot. And then we reach the left one back. Open our heart. And bow just enough to be flat. And I can't see myself, so I'm hoping I'm flat. If you have a mirror at home or a friend, get them to give you some feedback. Get to know when you're flat. Use your shadow. One more breath. And then we come up. And we ground. We're going to wash away with a super sané. Find the top of the mat if you've strayed. Join me in chair pose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, chair. And we're going to be short lift because we're going side chair. So inhale, let's lengthen. And I'm going to do my left elbow. So I'm diving this elbow forward. Taking my gaze and sitting into that mono leg chair for just a quick breath. Inhale, straighten. Second side on the exhale. Good. Inhale, straighten everything. Exhale, dive and fold. Big half lift. And then through the vinyasa we go. But first, side plank. Rolling onto the right side. Remember, our modification is the knee under the hip. And if we are doing the modification, let's go to the second side. We go from knee to knee. So watch me. I go to my knee, and then I side plank. That's my mod. And if you're doing fancy moves at home, all the better. Meet me in dog pose. I'm going to skip the vinyasa again, or I'll demonstrate actually a knee vinyasa. So I'm going to do the modification on the knees. And what that does, it shortens my core so I don't flop down. There's a lot of people who should probably do modified chaturangas that don't. If you find yourself flopping down or kind of noodling down instead of lowering uniformly, that's a good indication maybe you need to use the knees. From here, we're going to set up for some crow pose. So I bend my knees more. I walk my hands back. And you've probably heard me say this a million times. I'm going to face you guys. Our best place to come from crow is a nice high bum, strong arms. Here we go. I bring my heart forward. I bring the knees to the backs of the arms. I trust and I feel. And I come up. And when I'm done, I bring my feet down. My heels are grounded. And I come up. And I can rest here on my knees, or I can stay up a little more. One more breath here. We're going to do a little fold just to break it up. So inhale, let's straighten up. Bring your feet to parallel and exhale, fold. Take a little breather, but also get into the hamstrings for 3 more breaths. Good. One more breath here. Good, and you should be at the back of your mat. So let's bend our knees, put some weight into the hands, bring the feet closer together, and then walk the hands back to the top of the mat for dog pose. Take a breath in dog pose. I'm going to meet you at the top of the mat. Be present in your dog pose. And then gaze to the hands. Step or jump to the top of the mat. Pushing into the feet, coming all the way up. Exhale to the heart. Good. And again, I'm going to turn to face you, but just stay at the top of your mat. Let's ground into the left foot and take the right and do a crossover. So we're kind of bringing the baby toes together. The right foot might not come as far back. I have a micro bend in my knee, and I'm actively anchoring down through the four corners of my feet. There's 2 in the heel and 2 just below the toes. Those are the 4 corners. Here we go. Big dive fold. Inhale, reach. Bum back, heart forward. And just noticing where you feel it. The outside of that left leg. This is a great opportunity to use some props. Blocks, as I'm sure you already know, they bring the ground up. That's why I like to have them. Make me feel like I'm getting deeper into my pose. And they allow me to get deeper into pose because I get to move the ground up. I'm not reaching for it. One more breath. And then rolling up. And we're going to do the second side. So unweave the feet. Reweave them over, left over right. Here we go. Big inhale. Belly in. And fold. So all the forward fold rules apply. I'm liking to have my blocks here. What do you like to do in this pose? And I'm actively pushing down mildly with my feet, which protects my knee joint. One more breath. So the theory is, after doing that, let's untwist and untwine our legs. We should be able to go deeper into just a regular forward fold. You tell me if it's true. Here we go. Inhale, reach. Draw the belly in. That's important. Exhale, fold. The belly comes up. And that creates space to literally fold the body in half. Can you get your heart a little closer to the toes? Can you melt deeper into the pose? One more breath. Good. Let's slowly roll up. And let's ground into the left foot. You're probably at the top of your mat. Let's take a big step with the right to the back of the mat. So we're medium wide. While we got this fold theme going, let's do one more. Be creative this time. Inhale, reach. The wide-legged forward fold is a lovely pose because there's so many options. Maybe interlace the hands behind the back today, or reverse prayer. Maybe grab for the calves. Maybe go a little wider and bring your crown down to the floor. That's what feels good for you. Yeah, and we're going to slowly roll up and we're going to find some Trikonasana. So let's keep our left foot where it is, and then with our right foot, let's point it forward. And notice as I do that, I draw my left hip away and I open my pelvis just like we did in the tree pose. Inhale, we reach forward. I'm creating length in my side body that extends out through that arm. Exhale, I side fold. And I'm stacking the lungs. I'm stacking the hips. And I'm not going so far down that I start to come into that front knee. I'm staying in Trikonasana pose. Good, let's come up. Switch it up. Right toes come in. And again, as the left toes point away, I draw that hip back. It's kind of sassy, so you kind of drop it out. That gives me a straighter, almost straight front leg. Inhale, I reach long. I like to reach both arms out because it opens my chest and keeps my lungs stacked when I go sideways like this. Good, here we go. Setting up for your favorite inversion. If you're not an inverter, find another cool wide-legged forward fold. For my inverting friends at home, here we go. 12 breaths of your favorite inversion. Inhale, reach. And I'm going to workshop tripod headstand. Exhale, folding to your inversion. If you're new to inversions and playing with tripod headstand, it's where you start. Triangle. Step 1. Bum up, toes in. Step 2. I'm readjusting my hands because they're taking lots of weight. That's important. Knees to the arms, and then you can come up. And all the fancy moves come from there. 2 more breaths. And if you're new to inversions, you might need a tripod or you might need a child's pose. Just that grounding. If you're in a wide-legged forward fold, thanks for being creative. I'm going to join you with wide legs. My advanced flyers, ideally you're landing with wide legs like this, pushing in the hands and feet to come all the way up. Good. Let's bring the left toes to the front of the room. We're going to skip goddess pose for today. Heavy into that foot. Big step to the top of the mat. Good. We're going to rinse it away with a sun salutation. I'm not going to join you, but I'm going to walk you through it. Close your eyes. There's nothing to look at here. Feel your breath moving through you, and now move with it. Here we go. Inhale, reach. Exhale, dive and fold. Always moving with your breath. Inhale, half lift. Sit bones reaching away from the crown. Exhale, folding to plank. Step there, jump there, get there. Maybe use your knees if you're doing a modification. Lower chaturanga. I'm keeping my elbows close, and I'm leading with my chest. Come onto the tops of the feet as you back bend. Push into the mat. Open through that heart. And then dog pose. I'm going to meet you in dog pose. We're going to set up for a little lizard pose. So let's take the right leg up on an inhale. And then, left leg, right leg, doesn't matter. Step to the outside. So we'll do left leg first. I'm outside of my right. So I got a nice wide stance. I can modify and come down. And let's move. Or keep the back leg up. So we can go forward and back. Do some circles and push this knee. Kind of take my heart. Just like move around a little bit. Get into that pelvis. Get into that hip. Good. Take 2 more breaths there. And then we're going to drop into the sleeping version. Blocks are really nice for the sleeping version. So we come down maybe onto a forearm. And we just melt. This is also a yin pose. We're not going to stay for a yin level of time. 1 more breath only. And I come back onto my hands. So I take weight into those, and I'm going to switch left foot and hand. So I heel-toed it, and it squares my hips back, and I'm going to go for half splits. If you have full splits, go for it. I'm going to demo half splits. So I bring my bum back. 2 options. I can bring my bum all the way back and sit towards my heel, and then just fold. Or I can stay up and come down. I'm drawing my sit bones back, but I'm melting. I'm dropping my heart. Where are you? Only 1 more breath. Weight comes forward. I'm going for a tripod because I can always move from a tripod. So I got my hands, I re-engage my right toes, and then I can push back to dog pose. Do a dancing, flailing, kicking, bum shaking kind of dog pose. Good. And let's do the other side. If you did the right side before, just do the left side this time. Inhale the leg up high. Step not to the middle, but to the outside. And you might even be able to take the foot a little further out. Drop the knee or not, and then dance. Really important to take some weight in the hands and notice. Maybe you did the little knee push thing. Maybe that's feeling good to you today. You can be on the top of the back toes or not. Doesn't matter. And then when you're ready, you melt down onto the forearms. And it's just a breath or 2. I come back onto my strong arms, and then I switch. I bring the foot in, I bring the arm out, and then I drop to standing split or half splits. I'll demonstrate the other one. So I'm going to go all the way back with my bum. And again, my sit bones are reaching back. My heart's reaching forward. And I'm folding. The side's feeling a little tighter. Which side's tighter for you? It's okay. It's just good to know. Maybe there's some repetitive motion that I'm doing in my day that's keeping me tight on this one side. Maybe I'm not doing enough of certain poses without judging. We're going to go back to dog pose. So we're looking for that tripod. So here I'm in the sit back version. I got to bring my weight forward, back onto my hands. Oh, there's my toes. There's my tripod. And boom, I'm back in a dancing dog pose. And let it be fun. Drop the sit bones back. Push into those widened fingers. Good. And we're going to slide forward into plank. So we can just bring our heart and head forward. I got to adjust a bit, so I'm just going to take my feet back. And then we're going to do a slow chaturanga. Remember to use your knees if you're a flop downer. We want to keep a nice strong core. So we drop slowly. Lead with the heart. So watch my heart be the first thing that lands. And then I melt everything. And I take a baby belly shavasana. And it's just a breath. But let go of the chaturanga. Soften into the mat. We're going to do just the locust pose here. So pull out your best grasshopper look. Here we go. Gaze forward. Chest up. Arms up. Feet up. If you really want to go for the grasshopper look, you can do like this. I like to go kind of more back. Take 2 more breaths. Lift your heart. Lift your feet. And then melt down. Good. We're going to just do 2. So if you want to do a bow pose, you can do that. I'm going to go for interlace the hands behind the back. I'm feeling a locust in my practice today. Do you need a locust? Do you need a bow? What do you need? If you're going for a bow, bring the feet into the bum, grab the feet. If you're going for locust, we come up. I'm going to go for the interlace the hand version. So I bring my hands, not on my bum, but above my bum. And I'm bringing my shoulders down the back. And I'm breathing, breathing. And as you're ready, coming out of your bow, your locust, back to the belly shavasana. Important to surrender. It's only your breath. And if you need some movement, little shoulders, some side to side, whatever you like, take the movement. And we're going back to dog pose. But first, to plank. Elbows into the armpits. All 10 toes on the mat. And then we push up to plank. Take the vinyasa. I'm going to skip it. But you take it at home. And all roads lead to dog pose. And this is our last dog pose, folks. So drop in a little further. Go a little deeper. Gaze into the hands. Step, jump, float. Or take a bunch of little tiny steps. That'll work too. Let's do a big half lift. And then drop into a fold for a couple breaths. Maybe grab an ankle or a big toe. Go deeper. Good. One more breath. And then slowly rolling up. Good. We're going to find a zombie squat. You guys know this one. It's kind of fun. Hip distance feet. Zombie arms. Zombie faces optional. Really important not to have earring type shoulders. But open it. Open through that front chest. My arms are out. You can do the thumb up zombie version. Doesn't matter. And then we come up onto the feet. I'm going to squeeze a block. Whether you got one at home or not, it should be mimicking that mono leg squeeze. So you come up. By drawing together into the block, it creates a stronger legs. And we're going to take 2 breaths to go into Navasana. I'm going to switch directions. And if you need your hands to land, do so. If you don't, go straight onto the top half of the bum. So we're just doing a slow sitting. I could probably be drawing my heels a little higher. I'm keeping my shoulders down my back. If I need my hands, I jump onto them because I need some support. And I'm squeezing my imaginary or real block just below the knees. Pinkies forward, chest open. Just one more breath of Navasana. We're going to go straight into our next pose. So we're keeping the active vinyasa flowing. To the feet I go. With or without a block, onto the hands. I'm going into reverse tabletop. So I'm in my all fours, just the reverse version. Gaze goes back. That's important. Push into all four limbs. Open through the chest and heart. Reach the belly button up higher. And as you're ready, the bum comes so far back that you can see your thumbs. And I do that so that my tail sticks out the back. And for today, what we're going to do is we're going to bring the right leg in. Not sure what this one's called. I forget the name. But we're just going to do a fold towards the left foot. And of course, we'll come back for the right. Exhale, we fold. I'm using each breath to go deeper. It's not just hanging out. It's going deep into a fold. One more breath. Good. And what I like to do is I like to move my weight into my lower bum, kind of like Navasana style, and just switch my legs. Come back on. And I make sure that that fleshy part of my bum doesn't get caught underneath me. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. You know the pose. We just did it on the first side. I'm going to do one more reverse tabletop or a reverse plank. So we roll up. I'm going to go back to my block and do a reverse tabletop. Plank, we keep our legs straight and we come up like so. For my tabletop friends, we bring the feet in. Tabletop's really just a modification of the plank. And if you have some fancy leg moves, which don't work with a block because you'll lose your block, you can go with the gentleman's cross, kick one leg up, whatever you want to do. Make sure you do both sides. And as you're ready, bring your bum even further back than before. Flesh the bum behind you. Feel free to grab it if you're unsure. If it's too much under you, then the pelvis is not tilted for the beneficial forward fold. Here we go, bottoms of the feet together. I'm just doing a little rock there. You see that? I'm just making sure that my sit bones are more behind me. I'm tilted forward. Inhale, let's lengthen. Exhale, let's surrender. And this is a little more gentle pose. You can rock in this pose. And really using our time in these softer poses to check in with yourself. See where you're at today. One more breath. We're going to prepare for coming onto the back body. So as you're ready, rolling up. Help the knees to center. And I'm way far back on my mat, so I need to scooch up so you can do a little crab walk. Whatever you like to do. Whatever gets you to the top of the mat. Watch out for things you might lie on. Ground through the feet and controlled, or just flop down. Whatever works. Maybe you're like me and you got to watch out for ponytails and headsets or coffee tables and cats, whatever it is. Ground, feel your ribs melting, and then bring the knees in for a little self-hug. And if you've forgotten during this COVID 9/11 stuff going on outside that you are loved, now's your chance to remind yourself. The vibrational frequency of love is void of fear. And there's lots of fear-mongering going on outside the door if you haven't noticed. So really important, and I invite you to bring yourself back to love whenever you need to as a way of mitigating and not allowing that fear in. Take one more breath. Good. I'm going to do just one heart. If you want to do 2 at home because you want some extra love, go for it. I'm just going to do 1. I'm going to try to go like medium slow. You can do 2 fast ones if you want, or 1 super slow one. So we start with the legs up, we go wide, and then we reach forward. And our modification is to help ourselves here. So it's like, oh, those legs are heavy. I can help them. And then I come back up. Good. From here, let's drop into a mini happy baby. And just wash that away. And if you need to kick or remove any fear or any anger, that's another emotion that comes up with all this stuff going on. Just kick it away. Good. And I'm going to demonstrate, just for the purposes of easier speaking, the modification for shoulder stand. If you want to come up into full shoulder stand, here's your chance. For those of us who are working on it or taking modifications, our most common one is the block under the sacrum. So what this does is this brings my hips above my shoulders. Not much. If you're in the full shoulder stand, start to move through the sequence, coming into the folded version. And then I take my legs up. And our inversions are nice because they move the blood in a different direction than it usually sits. Sometimes inversions can be not good for some people before bed because they can sometimes be activating. Another thing you can do in the modification is you can put the arms up. I like to close my eyes if I do the modification and kind of feel weightlessness in my limbs. For those of us doing the regular version at home, start to move in the last of the 3 where the knees are bending by the ears. And we'll join you for a counter pose in 3 breaths or so. So we've got nice straight legs. They're reaching up, but they're stacked. So I'm kind of just letting them stay there. Same with my arms. I'm not actually reaching my arms up. I'm just kind of holding them there. The wind could blow me over. But I'm getting the benefits of an inversion without being as active, because maybe I don't feel like being active, or maybe shoulder stand's just not good for you. You don't like it on the shoulders and neck. Coming down. So what I like to do here is bring my feet down and kind of reach for the ground. I find it with my hands first. I find it with my feet next. I remove my block. And then now it's counter pose time. Especially if you did the first full version, you're crunching that upper chest. We want to open that upper chest. So we can do a baby bridge. Come up to a bridge. I like to do basically a dancing bridge because you can kind of move. So you can kind of shake. So I can start to kind of really open my chest. I can feel wherever's tight. Fish pose is also a very common one. You can flip around for a cobra or camel. I'm going to come down now. Bring my knees in for one more hug. Good. And we're going to do a dead fly pose just for fun. And really inviting you, if there is any of those emotions that I mentioned earlier, the fear, the anger, whatever, maybe you're not tired of the fascism, whatever's getting to you, let's shake that off, okay? Here we go. Close the eyes. Silly is encouraged. You're mimicking a dead fly here. And just shake it off. So it's like a real strategic pose. I'm getting that energy that's not serving. I'm flinging it off, burning it away. And my limbs are also getting heavy. So as I shake them and they become free of any goop, they get heavy and then they melt. We're going to do a couple windshield wipers just to make sure that we got soft hip flexors. And we're going to end our practice with a supine twist. If you want to sneak in a back bend, a wheel or something, go ahead and sneak one of those in and then just meet us in the twist. Okay, here we go. My favorite version, because it works on the IT band, is the cross version. You can keep the legs together. Doesn't matter. Slide my bum to the left. Top leg, if it's left leg, bum over to the left. So this creates a little space here on my mat so I can drop onto the side of my hip. So on the side of that right hip, I like to kind of anchor my legs down with my right arm, and then I take my gaze over my right shoulder. And my left shoulder is not touching, but it starts to get heavy and gets closer with every breath. Joining us here if you were back bending. Good. We're going to come back to center. And I use my hands. Come back to center, ground through my sacrum, undo the leg, do a little dance, do a little shake, whatever you need. Get to know what you like. And then I'm ready for the second side. Grounded feet, right over left. Slide the bum, drop the legs. And I'm on that side hip, and I'm long in the spine. And it's the supine twist. It's a surrendering pose. Another yin pose. We're not really staying for the yin length of time, but we're just touching, we're just dabbling. And as you're ready, it all comes to center. Help everything to center. Untwist, untwine, do a little shake, do a little dance, whatever you need. And then as you're ready, join me in Happy Baby. If there's another pose that you need before we're done, something that you need to sneak into your practice that's important to you, do that thing. Join me in Happy Baby when you're done. And notice Happy Baby has so many options. You can do the knee grab version that I'm doing right now. You can grab the calves, the outsides of the feet, the insides of the feet. I guess you could grab the big toes too. Doesn't matter. Notice little kids do this pose all the time, and they rock slightly. They bring themselves back into alignment. They enjoy that feeling on their back. They're constantly growing, which is the theory as to why they do this pose, is it helps them really soften into their bodies. Doesn't matter. We're doing our version of it as big kids. Take a few more breaths, and then I'm going to meet you in Shavasana. And make sure you got the comfy Shavasana space that you like. And we don't want to drop into Shavasana until we're ready to let go of the asana practice and ready to just melt into that surrender. And I'm going to leave you here, but get set up for at least a good 2 minutes, if not 3 or 4. I've had some yoga teachers say it ain't Shavasana unless you do it for at least 3 to 5 minutes. It takes a certain amount of time to drop in. Soften the breath, close the eyes. Don't worry about the body, let it go. And just be. Notice the thoughts that come up and just say hi to them and send them on their way. Here we allow the mind, body, and soul to work together to digest the practice. And thank you for joining me today. Inviting you to stay a few more minutes in your Shavasana. And reminding you, if you want to play with the meditation, the chakra one we did earlier makes for a great at-home meditation, particularly if you have a friend. I'm leaving you in Shavasana. I'm slowly coming up, because I'm going to say goodbye for now. Thanking you for joining me. The light in me has acknowledged the divinity in you. Namaste. Sending love.